boys and girls. In the first part of this video, we did an experiment about rain. And I'm watching our experiment that we did, and the rain is beginning to come down. It's coming down kind of slowly. It's really taken a long time for this one. The first one went a lot faster. So I think maybe it's because I used so much shaving cream. So maybe we should use smaller amounts of shaving cream, but it is starting to come down. So right now, what I thought we would do are a few activities that have to do with rain. That would be just kind of fun activities to do at home. The first one is an art project, and it's called process art. It's an art activity that is just for fun. We're not looking for any certain product or outcome. We just want to have a good time. So what we want to do is we want to try to make some raindrops. And so these are the things that we need to do to use to make our raindrops. So you're going to need a piece of white paper, some watercolor paints, or water with food coloring. You're going to drip the colored water using a paintbrush. I like a larger one to get good sized drips. An eyedropper, a turkey baster, whatever you have that you can use to make raindrops. Then at the top of your paper, you're going to hold it up so that the drops will slide down and look like the raindrops sliding down your paper. Like I said, there's not any certain way this needs to look. We're just trying to make raindrops. So let's see how we do this. Go. The way that you do this activity depends on what you have at home. I have some regular watercolor paints and a paintbrush, but if you didn't have this and you had food coloring, you could just add food coloring to your water. You're going to need a small cup with water, and what I'm doing is kind of backwards of the way we usually paint with watercolors. I'm putting the paint into the water, and then I'm going to use the water to make the raindrops because we need it to be thin enough to make drops. And like I said, I have two brushes here, but this one was so small that when I tried it, the raindrops didn't really work. So I'm using a little bit larger brush. So I think if you have a larger brush at home, that might be the best way to get some good raindrops. So I'm going to take my paper and I'm going to try to get some good sized drops. It takes quite a bit to get them to roll down the page. So I'm just going to put some drops on with my brush, and then I'm going to roll them down the page like rain had fallen on the paper. You could also do this with an eyedropper, a baster, anything that you have at home that you can use to make little raindrops on your paper. So this is just kind of a fun activity, and you could use all different color raindrops. You can use all the same color. You can use however you want it to look. And then when the raindrops dry, they might be a whole lot lighter than what they were when they were wet. So this is a fun activity just to do to see if you can make some rain on your paper. So we're going to do this for a couple more drops, and then we're going to move on to our next activity. Hurry, raindrop, go down the paper. There it goes. Maybe you could have raindrop races, see which one is faster. All right, so let's look at our next activity. This is a directed art project. That means that we're making something specific. We're trying to get it to look a certain way, and you may need more help from a parent or grandparent or some grown-up that can help you with some of the parts of this project. You're going to need one empty toilet paper roll. You're going to need either yarn or some string, blue paper and tape, if that's the way you want to decorate your toilet paper tube. Or you could use blue paint, markers, crayons, and color it to make it look the way that you want. We're trying to make the background look kind of like sky, so we're using blue today. You can use cotton balls to put on your toilet paper tube to make them look like clouds, but if you don't have cotton balls, that's okay. We're gonna need paper. Blue would be good, but you can use white or any color that you want. Or you could use wax paper to make raindrops that you can kind of see through. We're going to use scissors to cut out the raindrops. You might need help here from a grown-up that can help you cut. And let's get started. Okay, you can see that I've already started making this project. We're going to make this, it's going to be kind of like a mobile or a sun catcher, and it has raindrops that hang down. You could hang it up in your bedroom or outside where the sun shines on it, wherever you want to hang it. So I've used string because I didn't have any yarn. So I'm using string to make a little holder. So I cut out 3 pieces of the string, taped them to the inside of the toilet paper tube and tied them together at the top. Remember when I told you that you could choose how you want to decorate your toilet paper tube? I used blue paper just so that it will look like the blue sky. But you could use gray to make it like a big storm cloud. Or you can add cotton balls like I've done here so that it looks like little puffy clouds. And what I did was I just took the cotton balls and stretched them out a little bit so they look kind of like clouds. And then I used some glue, put the glue on the cotton balls, and put them on my little sun catcher. When you get finished with this part, you're going to tape on more pieces of string. I tried to make mine different lengths. So some of them are pretty long, and this one is quite a bit shorter. I made them all different lengths so that you can see the different raindrops. And then you're going to tape those on the inside of your toilet paper tube also. If you don't have tape, you could use glue. It's just going to take a while longer to dry. Okay, so now you can make your raindrops lots of different ways. You're probably going to need a grown-up to help you cut them out, but you could try to cut them out yourself if you want, if you have some good safety scissors. I don't think these would be good scissors for you to use because they're pretty sharp and pretty long and hard to handle, but if you have some smaller scissors that are for you, you could try to cut them out yourself. Maybe you could have a grown-up draw them and then you could cut them. So you're going to take the paper. I used a few different kinds. I used a light blue and a dark blue, and then I also used some wax paper. Most of your mommies might have some of this in their kitchen. And this paper is kind of shiny and it's very smooth. And you can either do just plain wax paper and cut out little raindrops, or I tried a couple of different things. I tried using a blue crayon to color my wax paper, so it just made it, it's not real dark, it just makes a little bit of a color on your wax paper. I also used a blue marker, and then I rubbed the insides together like this to make it spread out while it was still kind of wet. You can do whatever you want. You might have some better ideas of how to make your raindrops. So if you think of something different and you use a different material to make your raindrops, let me know what you used, because there's not really no right or wrong way to do that. So after you get finished with that, you're going to tape your raindrops onto your pieces of string that you've already taped onto your tube. And then you're going to have a cute little raindrop mobile and sun catcher that you can hang up, and it'll remind you of our rainy day activities. All right, we have one more activity. This one is more is not so much an art project, although you will need some paper to make more raindrops, and you're going to need a marker or a crayon to write the letters of your name. So you might want to gather those materials up, and then I'll show you what we can do. Okay, boys and girls, this is our final activity. I have taken some of my same paper that I used for our mobile project, and I cut them into more raindrops. But I wanted one raindrop for each letter in my name. So I have S-T-A-C-I, 5 raindrops, so that I could spell out my name. Then I wrote the letters on each one of the raindrops to make my name. You can try to write the letters for your name yourself. If you don't feel like you can do that, you could ask a grown-up to help you write the letters. After you write the letters, I think it's kind of fun to mix the letters all up and see if you can figure out how to put them back in order to make your name. My name starts with S for Staci, so I'm going to put the S at the beginning. T comes next, so I'm going to put my T next. And I'll continue to do that until I have all my letters back in order, kind of like a puzzle, to spell my name. Another fun thing you can do with your letters after you've spelled them is you can try to practice putting them different directions. So I like to use special words for the directions I'm going to write my name. A really big word, vertical, means up and down. So I could put my S at the top and then write my name with raindrops going up and down. I'm going to put them all one under the other, and so my name is vertical. Another word, which is the way we usually write words, is horizontal, which means from side to side. So if I move them back and start with the S, T, A, C, and I, now my name is horizontal. These are fun ways that you can play with your letters. You could also put letters on strings and add them to your mobile sun catcher, and then you would have raindrop name hanging from your mobile. I hope that you've had fun playing with me today and playing all of our raindrop games and activities, and hopefully you'll try some of these out. If you do, let me know. Send me a video and let me know what you did and how you did it. I hope you have fun. Bye.